Kosher Catfish here today. Got the hearing aid on. Got the passed away mama. They left the hearing aid and they didn't get thrown away. So her ears were sort of like mine. So I guess that we heard certain things the same. I'm not sure about all that, but it seems to be what happens. Anyway, what Kosher Catfish here to talk to you today is about a subject that people want to truthfully be truthful about, even if it's their own truth. Anyway, what we got today is I got a CRT thing on my head, cause it's going to require cutting through. Excuse me, I can't do like fast motions today because of the neck and the back and all that stuff, and that won't stay in place. But I still got the thing up here, the shark fin, for cutting through the bullshit. The scatology of the oxology of the scatology is what it's here for. So why we won't even talk about this here stuff? Cause I keep hearing stuff about truth. It's a 5-letter word after all. It's not a 4-letter word, but it should be. Cause what Kosher Catfish finds out is truth is what people make it. It is what they make it. It is what they decide upon within their own realm of understanding. It is what truth is. And then the importance of truth, or where you look for your truth, seems to be the other issue. We just look for truth here. We look for truth there. We just try to find actually some positive reconciliations. Excuse me. Of what we actually believe way deep down inside. Where we try to hide. But you can't hide from the truth. But what is the truth? One man's truth is another man's lie. One man speaks and a million will die. One man's right, one man's wrong. Who the hell's going to be the one to write a song about that? Because whoever say that their truth is right is going to take your head off because you done said something that was not their truth. So truth is so aloof. That's why we got to cut through, slice it and dice it until we get to something useful. Yes, 2:15. It is an 8. It's a new beginning. I think that's what it is. Anyway, so why are we talking about the truth? Well, what Kosher Catfish understood is, with the many years and the spinning into school and stuff, I was looking for what I thought was truth. I was looking for things that made me understand that if I understood my surroundings, I could interpret my surroundings, and I could manipulate my surroundings, and I could use my surroundings for my own good. If I could. But that required me knowing some truth. And it would help me stay aloof if I knew the truth. But whose truth is you knowing? You could be out hoeing and think that's truth. Cause at some point, you're going to serve somebody, sucker. Anyway, the truth. Now what Kosher Catfish finally understood is mathematically. Truth that is repeatable and doesn't run into all that many extraneous circumstances in the zeros, and ones and zeros not my heroes, but if they run into circumstances and they denominators and they cross this here down, that D with that E, and they come out with something foolish, then we're not dealing with someone's idea of truth. But does all the underlying circumstances of what we call truth and the calculable truth really hold up? Or is it just a layer that we do like a bear? We take an aspirin and it gets rid of our headache because we come up with something, a new particle, a new something, a new energy bind, a new dimension or something to baffle our bullshit. And that's what I think Kosher Catfish finally understood about truth, and that's why I do not chase the dragon the way I did in my youth, because I done figured out another truth. Another truth seems to help humanity, because that other stuff is from my youth, and I don't want to be like Sean, that Hannity man, and just spout a bunch of shit to an audience. Anyway, that's a different story. But the truth. Now what Kosher Catfish has found out, his truth seems to lie in patterns, regardless of whose truth it is, or what truth it is. There seems to be a pattern about it that has a specific outcome, and that's just good science. That's just good science. You know, once you have done theorized and looked at something, and you was just saying the pattern, and then you try to poach that pattern over everything, you can run into trouble, which is part of what this video is about, and I may get there, I may not. But what I have seen is this here sucker is, ooh, it's just too loud when I hear myself. It's just too loud having the feedback in my head. Anyway, the sucker hurts. But the truth that is so aloof. Now, what Coach Catfish understood was, okay, we got the truth that strokes your ego, and then we got the truth that strokes the, well, it makes for new babies and new realities. That's the real truth. That's the real truth. The truth that strokes your ego is just like having science for a mistress. You've got it, it's all yours, and you're going to make your own little baby, a little Frankenstein. But is that the truth that we want? No. Our truth must be aloof. Now, the pattern that I've seen has to do with the biblical perspective of life. It seems to be a pattern of repeatability. It seems to be a pattern that once you repeat it, it has a positive outcome. So, all I can say is truth for me now as an old man, and I done let that other stuff go, and I quit wanting to make a name for myself and such. Because Coach Catfish, what kind of name is that but a cool name? Well, it is what it is. But the pattern, the discernible pattern of the matter. Once I got past looking at the truth of my ego, I started looking at the truth of where he go. And it's just a pattern. It's a repeatable pattern that if you follow the pattern, you have a predictable outcome. And it happens over and over and over. And when you got about 8 billion of those little creatures, if we just took the 30-day, 10-step circumstance, I bet you it would be proven that there is an ultimate truth. And it's not going to be in your particles. It's not going to be in your ether. It's going to be what you've been snorting in your pether. And I just say that because that rhymes. It's foolish. But to me, the search for knowledge, the search for understanding, the search for truth is deeper than our reproof. So, I look for something repeatable. Repeatable, non-toxic, probably not rubber, the real rubber, and definitely not a transitional lizard. So the truth that Coach Catfish see is something that's repeatable and seems to be good for the heart. Because that's where we all must start. Anyway, Coach Catfish out of here. I don't know what to say. Truth is where you look for it, but it will be the hill that you die on. It will be the hill you die on. I've decided not to die on the ion. Coach Catfish to die on the hill and be brought back up. On the hill of Yahushua. Now he has a truth, and he has a repeatable pattern. Because it's all in the patterns. It's all mathematical whether you know it or not. Spirituality can be calculated in a roundabout way. And I just go on record saying that. This is Coach Catfish talking. Now, you know who I am. Well, you really don't, but that's okay. The pussycat does, and so does the transition lizard. Anyway, I'm out of here. Truth. Well, people dying for truth. I don't know what else to say. I'm just going to try to make myself turn red. Because that makes me the way it feels. Makes me red, looking for truth.